guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Today I'm out riding my 2008 Yamaha R1, and I wanted to talk about my favorite motorcycle of each type. Each type that I know about, that is. So that would be sport bike, dirt bike, enduro, dual sport. And I just randomly started thinking about this, so I have really no idea what my answer is going to be until I get to each one. But the sport bike, as far as looks go, the R1 is by far my favorite. However, the difference between the R1 and the GSX-R 1000, I've owned both, is that the GSX-R 1000 definitely sits with the rear end down and the front end up a lot more. It's a lot squishier in the back, just stock. The rear suspension's a lot softer. A wheelie's way easy compared to the R1. The R1 looks great and it handles just really, really well. I'm not sure if I had to pick one bike in order just to ride that one bike. I don't know, it might be the R1. I think it'd probably be this bike right here, to be honest. This one's hard to beat. If I had to choose between this one, a GSX-R 1000, ZX10. I rode my buddy's 05 ZX10, and it felt a little bit like this R1, but a much bigger fan of the R1 than the Cowie. And CBR is one that I've never ridden, but they do look nice. I think all of them look nice, but none look as good as the R1. So that's my pick for the all-time favorite super sport. Would be the 2004 to 2008 Yamaha R1. A very close second place, though, would be the 2009 to 2014 Yamaha R1 Crossplane. Love those bikes as well. I had a 2012 and it was amazing, tons of torque. In fact, someday I might own one of those again. I really like those bikes. My favorite dirt bikes, well, I may be a little bit biased, but I have a Husqvarna TE250 two-stroke, and it's a 2018 model, the last of the carbureted models, and it's had a couple issues here and there with the carburetor, but I was able to fix them really easily. The fuel-injected models will have those same issues, but it'll be a way harder thing to fix over time. So I would say that 2018 model, it's hard to beat. It's not even close, really, for me. I think that's my all-time favorite dirt bike. My opinion could be changed as I ride other ones, but in motocross-wise, my favorite dirt bikes are probably the Yamahas, just because of their suspension, and they've been known for their suspension for a long time. So the KYB suspension is hard to beat. They were really hard to beat back in the days of, you know, when it was just two strokes on the 125s. They had amazing suspension. They really got them dialed in, and then they dialed them in even further. Now they have their YZ 4 strokes, and they're just amazing bikes in the suspension compartment. So I think that I would have to choose a Yamaha motocross bike, and that would be a pretty easy choice right now. These picks are all going to be pretty much stuff I own, because I own them for a reason. They were my all-time favorite, so I purchased it. And that would be the DRZ 400S. The reason that's my favorite enduro is because, or dual sport, I should say. Sorry, this is the dual sport category, not enduro category. The dual sport that I like is that DRZ 400S because it is time tested. It's been the same since like the year 2000. Very easy to get parts for, very cheap to get parts for, and extremely durable. You keep the carburetor clean, you keep non-ethanol fuel in it, you don't let it sit for long periods of time with ethanol in that carburetor, you're fine. I mean, that bike's going to run forever. keep good oil in it, shoot, I've been riding that thing all over the place. Got it fairly low miles, and I had one before it even. I had a supermoto model and love that thing too. So yeah, the DRZ 400 is so hard to beat. That thing is just an absolute beast. Love it. So my favorite dual sport of all time, the Suzuki DRZ 400S. It's not even close. And really, motorcycles are so hard to judge because in recent years they've become so incredibly refined. Off to my left here, look at all this fire damage. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, motorcycles have become so refined that it's really just up in the air. You can flip a coin and pick any one of them and it'd be great. But regardless, there are still differences, and you should at least sit on them and see which one is comfortable when it comes to a street bike, which I didn't do with this bike, by the way, because I already knew. I rode a 2004 for a while. This is a 2008. I knew the ergonomics were going to be similar, and they are. I knew that it has issues with heat coming up from under the seat, which I've helped with reflective tape under there, and I'll do the same thing to my fuel tank as well. It still has issues with heat radiating up. On this bike, I find that the clutch is at a weird angle. I would like it to go down like a solid ½ inch from there, but it doesn't have any room underneath. I'm gonna have to modify something to get that done, because my natural position here with this stance, I need it lower to help my wrist not have to bend in a weird spot and create that carpal tunnel. So I would like to get that lower. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing I need to change with this bike. They already did a lot of the stuff to this bike that I would get done. So they had a Corbin seat on it, and they have frame sliders. They have the Two Brothers carbon fiber exhaust on the back. I mean, a lot of the stuff that was done to this bike is the stuff that I like. They eliminated the big fender in the back, put flush mount signals on it. This bike is just squared away. It's all real tasteful stuff. And it's like one person had mentioned a while back, it's really up to you what is tasteful, but to me, all the modifications done to this bike are tasteful. Anyways, those are my picks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.